this working? Can you hear me? I'm pretty loud, so it shouldn't matter. So please help me thank our MCs for bringing all the right energy to the room. I'm so excited for today, mostly because they just recognized that we're supposed to have fun, right? I mean, we unpacking value chains, unpacking trade. At the end of the day, it's about people. It's just about people finding ways to support each other, to provide solutions to problems. And so I'm really, really excited to be back here in South Africa. It's been a whole 3 weeks after the Moody's training with many of you. I want to thank the team, Frida and Jessica, Mary, and also the PSA team for anticipating all of our needs and to really set us up for success so that we have 2 full days of learning, but also networking, teaching each other. We all have a lot to learn. We all have a lot to teach. And at the end of the day, a lot of us know people in this room, but there's so many other people we don't yet know, and that's what is so exciting to me. And the question is not what necessarily are you going to get out of this? There'll be a lot of that. But what can you bring to the table? What kinds of solutions to problems can you offer? How can you leverage your own purchasing power to find someone in this room that you can do business with? So I'm really interested in the so what. Like, what are we going to do with this precious time that we have here together? This is a powerful, powerful group. I want to start with thanking our sponsors because without them, we can't do things like this. So ExxonMobil has been investing in us and in Africa in particular for a very, very long time. You'll hear from them in just a few minutes. But also, we've had our friends at Accenture who have also been investing with ExxonMobil all over the world. We have our sponsors from IBM, a leader in this space. Same thing with Procter & Gamble. We've done trainings with them all over the world. We have AB and Bev, who are doing great activities with the women business owners in our community. Same thing with Corteva. We have a great team here representing. Johnson & Johnson, who really is looking and was one of our past chairs here. Zandy was another past chair who's here. Train. So there's a long list of corporations who are dedicated to leveraging their purchasing power. That purchasing power represents, within just WEConnect, just in our community, we've grown to represent $4 trillion in annual purchasing power. So it's real money. Collectively, corporations around the world are still stuck at 1% of their spend going to women-owned businesses, and that's stupid. And we all know that, and that's why we're here, because we know that Africa, and South Africa in particular, but Africa, businesses owned by women are powerful. They can anticipate the needs of their communities, of their clients, and deliver innovative solutions. And that's what we're talking about, is just having an equal opportunity to compete for those opportunities. So if you're a corporation who has made those commitments, and that's why you're here, is to be more inclusive in your purchasing power, could you please stand up so that we could thank you? If you're a corporation, if you're representing a corporation. Don't be shy. Thank you. Thank you. We're very, very grateful to you. But the truth is, the reason we're really here are those women-owned businesses who every day make sacrifices, who take big risks, who create jobs, who support their families and their communities, and deliver those solutions. So if you could please stand, if you're a woman-owned business, so that we could honor you. Bravo. Bravo. Really well done. Thank you so, so much. because I've talked with a lot of you just in the last few minutes. You're in construction, you're in PR and marketing, you're in legal, you're in manufacturing. I mean, it's a long list. So pretty much anything you need to run your business, you can find it just in this room, and all of those that you represent. And speaking of those that you represent, I want to thank our partners. There are a lot of associations, chambers, other certifying organizations that have been working with businesses for many, many years and who have agreed to partner with us to help us do that sort of one-to-many outreach. Because at the end of the day, we have to collaborate. We have to support each other. And women need more than one resource to be able to find all of the tools that are available to them to succeed. So if you are a partner organization, you're going to hear from all of them over the next couple of days to talk about the really powerful work that they do. But if you are one of our partner organizations, if you could please stand up so that we could thank you for your collaboration. Thank you. Thank you. Super, super grateful. And we couldn't do this without you. And for those of you who have been with WeConnect for more than a couple of years, just raise your hand. Okay, so these folks have some stories to tell because we have gone through a lot. There's been a lot of changes. There's pre-COVID, then there's during COVID, and then there's after COVID, and we're constantly recalculating. I think any of you who have a business or any of you who are in an organization and you have reorgs, there's always something coming at you, internally or externally, and you just have to constantly get up each morning and try to make it better for your community. And that's what WeConnect is dedicated to doing. So that's why we're here today. Is to make sure that we never, ever give up, that we continue to invest in each other, we continue to show up even when it's really hard, and that stupid 1% statistic still seems so daunting sometimes. But whenever there's a challenge, for me and for entrepreneurs, that's where the money is, that's where the opportunity is, that's where the power is because we can solve for problems. And there is no problem that half this population and all the amazing male champions we have in this room, there's absolutely no problem we can't solve for if we agree to work together and never give up. So that's the commitment. It's a recognition of how hard this work is, honestly, for if you're an entrepreneur or if you're a corporation and you still are trying to get internal buy-in, you're still trying to get your external buy-in. If you're a partner organization, all of us rely on each other to make this work. And there's a reason we're stuck at 1%. It is really hard to bring some of the biggest buyers in the world together with some of the smaller businesses. Not all women-owned businesses are small. We have women-owned businesses in our community with over $1 billion in annual revenue and everything in between. So I know the potential, and I can see the potential, I can feel the potential, but now the question is, what are we gonna do about it? We have 2 days physically together to break down barriers, have fun, but be purposeful and think about what can you do to help this community. Not just at this event, but what happens between now and 6 months from now when we come back together? Who are you going to bring with you? Who is another woman-owned business who isn't with us today? Who is another corporation that might be one of your clients, might be one of your customers, might be one of your partner organizations? Who are those corporations, and specifically African corporations? Who are those African corporations that we need to make sure they understand the power of that purchasing power and how important it is to be as inclusive as possible to make sure the women of Africa, and think about all the new trade agreements and what could be done just within South Africa, but also across the region. There is so much power, and we now have full-time people in just WeConnect alone, but with our partners, a full-time person here in Joburg, a full-time person in Lagos, a full-time person in, we have, I think, a couple of people, but in Kenya. And so that's just our team. But then the question is, how do we connect the dots? How do we leverage the infrastructure that you all represent? And I personally am really, really excited. It's everything from the artisans that I got to visit while I was here. Hopefully, I mean, I'm in awe with the level of detail in the history that just simple pieces of art represent, and how much there is to learn and to contribute to, with all of us working together. But then also, we need buildings built. And so we have some women in construction who are ready to build those buildings. And the architects, we have some women architects who are helping to make sure that everything is structurally sound, and then putting in the lighting, and then they would need all of the electricity and all of the technology. And then we, need the roads that go to it. And then we need all the services, all the business services that come with it. So the opportunities are unlimited. And so I'm really at this point just want to thank all of you for recognizing that this moment together is special. It is worthy of your time and of your energy and of your investment. But this not be the end of it. Let us have this be the start of something new and something big and something unstoppable. So I'm excited for the next 2 days. If I haven't met you, I would like to meet you. Let's be very comfortable in spending time together and sharing our challenges, but also sharing those solutions. And then we'll be back together in only 6 months. So let me turn it back over to our amazing MCs. Thank you so much.